Hello everyone and welcome back to Rising Strings Academy channel. I'm Kalina Yankova and today I want to share an exercise I came across through demonstration by Professor Julia Bushkova and Nathan Cole. One that immediately caught my attention. Honestly, I wish one of my teachers had shown me this exercise when I needed it. You see, I've struggled with my pinky too, and like many other violinists, and this approach offers something truly effective, even elegant for developing the elusive fourth finger control. This comes from the Russian violin school and was famously used by Nathan Milstein himself. Let's break it down and, more importantly, make it work for you. The fourth finger is notoriously the weakest link in our left hand setup. It's short, it's often stiff, and it's lazy unless we don't train it with intention. In most violin playing, in the lyrical and fast passages, we tend to avoid it and shift unnecessarily or overusing the third finger. But a strong fourth finger gives us freedom, and freedom to stay in position, to play in tune, and to execute with clarity. The Milstein exercise is designed specifically to hold the fourth finger in place and work around it. It isolates, it fatigues, and it transforms. Without your bow, insert the violin between your first and second fingers. Position your left hand in what it feels like a second position for you. The hand may feel quite high, but that's intentional. This is where it's supposed to be for this setup. I also want to say that you can even release your thumb, or at least if you have it in place, make it feel very, very relaxed. And that's also for the index finger or your first finger, of course. Now you place your second finger and try to play C sharp on A string. From here, add your third finger on D and then your fourth finger on E. As you see on my pinky, my finger is actually collapsing and I'm still not able to bend my pinky finger from the middle joint, so it's always straight here. And every time I try to do that, I have to position it a little bit lower. That is my second suggestion, that if you feel very weak like I do, you can try to position your fourth finger on E flat instead of E. So we can try again. So we play C sharp, then D, and then I'm really touching my pinky and try to bend it here so it will not collapse. Hopefully you don't have that problem, but I have it for many years and I never took care of it, so now is the time. So let's try it one more time. Play C sharp, D, it's quite untuned, but we are just training now, so we don't pay attention to this. As you see, I almost have to touch my finger every time I put it on here, so it will continue to be bent. What I see on these videos with Julia Bushkova, she is suggesting that you put the finger on and off on the string, like this, E flat, not E. And then I immediately feel that I can bend it. And then from there, you can start to reach a little bit more towards E. I can feel that as soon as I try to reach E, my finger is becoming flat, like this. Now we are going to take our bow and begin playing second, third, and fourth fingers slowly, but with fast finger movements. So we do it from the beginning again, place the violin between first and second on the second position, and then we find C sharp, and for me, I have to continue practice with E flat for some time, because I noticed that every time I try to reach for E, I'm not ready. So I really have some practice to do. When the thumb is slightly more forward, you may physically not be able to squeeze the hand against the fingerboard like you're used to, maybe. And this is what we want. There should always be a window between the first finger and the thumb, like my teacher also used to say here. So we are trying to see the light through here. The goal of this exercise is to bring the fourth finger closer to the neck and to increase its reach, agility, and control. You can apply this technique by working through Shevchik or Shredek's exercises to reinforce the movement. I suggest that you would play Shredek's first book violin technique. Place first the finger as we did in our exercise, like this. Try to find C sharp. And then we do the exercise with a fast movement of the fingers, but still very slow tempo. And if you're like me and cannot reach with your fourth finger bent, I suggest that you play E sharp even in this exercise. So we will try next exercise. Then we just go under and go to a normal position with the first finger, but still keep the hand a little bit more forward, like we talked before. So we can practice the exercise as it is written, but still try to do the E flat. And I can already see that my finger is curving a little bit, which makes me very happy. So play this exercise maybe for 5 minutes without exhausting your hand. Then you can proceed to the next one. Just make sure that you're not tense and don't exhaust your fingers. If you feel pain, please just stop and relax for a moment, and then you can continue to practice again. So next one is try integrating this warm-up exercise every day for a week, and you'll probably notice how much more confident your fourth finger feels in scales, arpeggios, and even vibrato. Okay, so let's recap this exercise. We start with putting the violin between first and second finger in a little bit higher position. Look like you're in the second position from here. And then you try to play the fingers without the bow. Try to keep the pinky close to the fingerboard so that you have a less distance between the finger and the fingerboard, and that will make it easier to bend the finger from the second joint. After you feel confident with that, you can move the first finger back to the position, and as you're going to notice, the thumb is very far away. It's next to my second finger, and this is the purpose of the exercise. Because as I understood from this video, when you have the thumb so high, that closes the gap between your hand and the fingerboard, and that creates the smaller distance for your pinky to reach the desirable position. Another thing to think about is to be very relaxed, to have the line on your hand, to have a very relaxed thumb. In the beginning, when you are in that position, you may also want to just have it like this in the air. That was all for today. Leave a comment below. How did it feel? What was the hardest for you? And if you're new here, please subscribe to Rising Strings Academy for more technique related insights. And I will see you in my next one. Keep practicing with intention.